Hey, how's it going? Checking in with an update for today towards the speaking goals, and I'm actually recording this update today in Zoom because I've been playing around with some ideas, literally just playing around with them. But I will definitely be using some of these ideas at some point. The first one was just a bit of fun I was having. So I've got this session coming up. I think this one's on Monday. I'm doing this one too with Hewlett Packard. I'm not going to, this is just the one I'm doing. I'm not going to do this kind of fun technique, which I'll show you in a second, with in this session, or will I? But this is the background that I was using for it. I was just playing around. I kind of had this idea that I could just suddenly have this video of me sort of popping up there as well. Thinking, flipping out, that would just be really disconcerting. And then all of a sudden, there's another one popping up as well. So I just thought that would be funny to do that. But no, it's a very serious business, so I won't be talking about that and doing that in this session. But there must be a serious but fun way that I can bring that in. And then the other one, this is another session that I'm doing this time on Thursday for Camwell. Well, actually for Salesforce, it's their client, and I'm delivering on behalf of Camwell. We had the tech check this morning. I won't be able to do this, which is a shame. I won't be able to do it because it's not in Zoom, it's in Google Meet. But the idea was to demonstrate some exercises that I will be getting them to do, and actually to embed the video like this. They'll be getting a copy of this video, and I wanted to use this as a way to sort of demonstrate the exercises, getting them doing it without me actually having to be in a sort of studio environment that allows me to move around. So it is just a bit of fun, but that's one of the things I've been doing. I took myself off to Bista this morning, to the Perch, the co-working space that I haven't used in a very long time. Actually, haven't been over there in a while. So I just had this morning where I wanted to just get down, sit down, and focus on a couple of particular bits of work, which mainly was the program, the fat loss program I'm putting together for September, but I've got a pre-launch for that in July, so later this month, which is why I've got to really get a wriggle on with that. And then this afternoon, as I said, I've been working on a couple of these meetings, not just playing around with this stuff, but actually putting together some content. One of the, I've talked a few times about the balance between content and conversation. Well, one of the sessions I'm doing, this one here, the thriving, not surviving session, is, I think I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I like this session. It's one of my favorite sessions. It's one of the ones I've delivered the most frequently, but I'm doing it a bit differently this time. So we've got a bit more time, and I'm bringing in more conversational elements to it. So more kind of interaction, more engagement in each of the bits, not just type in the chat like what your experience of this has been. So I'm kind of looking forward to how that's going to go. Obviously, not the downside, but the balancing factor whenever you bring an engagement like that is, if you do get a lot of engagement, then it means that actually it takes quite a long time to do one bit in a session like that. Whereas if you don't get very much engagement, it could be, you know, like pulling teeth, and it's gone in a flash. So you're on to the next bit in a flash. So it does make the timings a little bit more tricky. But I've got to be flexible enough and adaptable enough to know which bits I can sort of pull and which bits I really definitely want to have in there. But I don't think we're going to be thin on the ground for engagement. There should be over 100 people in that particular session anyway. But yeah, it's been a development day for me today when it comes to goals, steps taken towards the speaking business. But every time I say that, every time I come and do these videos, it just reminds me again, I've got to get into a position where I'm systemizing this, not just the development, but the business development, going out there, getting more work. I know that we're going to be very busy with Gen Healthy Minds work, probably with Camwell stuff as well in the final quarter of this year, but I've got to be getting more of my own stuff in there. After the Shopify session, which I'm doing next week, I've got one session in September, middle of September, and then that's it for direct work. It's not unusual to be in that situation from previous years, but I don't want this just to be another year. I feel like I really need to and want to have a better system in place to drive those sessions and get those bookings, increase inquiries, increase bookings. So I know that I have to have a lot of those conversations in process. At the moment, I'm pretty sure I haven't got any of those conversations happening at the moment. So I feel like I'm being lulled into this false sense of security because I'm busy at the moment, and I've got some work coming up at the end of the year as well as an associate presenter, but I need my own stuff. I want my own stuff as well. It's kind of more direct. So these videos are always a good reminder that this is something that's important to me. So I feel like I'm making progress, I'm taking the right steps, but there's probably a few more things that I could do that I'm currently not. And I want to sit down, write those things out, make myself a list, plan how and when I'm going to do them, and then just can get on and do them. But for now, from me, from these guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.